What's going down? Hold on, let me change my speakers out for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I should be good. Can you guys hear me? Hold on, let me see something. Nope. Okay, how's everything? How's everybody doing? Okay, well, you guys can hear me and see me. I don't know if anybody else can. I'm still having the same trouble that I had yesterday. Hey, what's going on, Rebecca? How you guys doing? So it tells me I can edit my post. Hey, what's going down? Hey, what's going on, Jerry? I'm trying to be able to put our chats up here on my board, but for some reason it's not letting me put anything up. So I was talking to Jessica today, and she told me that she said that my microphone seemed extremely off yesterday. She said actually for the last couple days, and I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me a lot better than yesterday. I did not know because nobody said anything that hey, that's cool, Renita. How you doing, dear? I didn't know that. I was talking to Anya a couple days ago, and she was trying to FaceTime me, and when she FaceTimed me, I had to take it off of the microphone and I put it on my Apple computer to talk to her. Well, I forgot to restructure that back. So as I'm sitting there talking yesterday, I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything. And it's because I was talking to you guys using my computer instead of using the microphone. And so if you guys are wondering, hey, what's going on with the sound, that's why. So give me a second. I'm going to change out my camera. Okay, better. I'm telling you guys, man, technical difficulties, man. But the great thing about technical difficulties is that once you really get good at what you're doing, you're good. You figure it out and then you kind of go from there. Man, I just got out of the. Sorry about that. Just got out of the shower and I'm like, man, boy, hey, what's going on, Yachty? Have you guys ever taken a shower that was so amazing, that was so good, that you're just like, man, I don't know what kind of problems I had before, but boy, I don't have them anymore. That's how good that shower was. Have you guys ever had? Have you guys ever taken a shower that made you just say, "Amen"? How many of you guys have taken a shower that just made you say, "Amen"? You know what? Life is not that bad. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me just fine? Miss Anya says she can hear me just fine. Oh wow. Oh man. Rebecca says I haven't had a shower like that in years. Jerry, you better figure that out, man. You better help your wife get a good shower in. Stop playing around. Just saying, man. That and I actually changed out my water, not my water, my shower spigot or whatever you call that thing or whatever. So I took the my house is out because I live on offsite base housing. So I took that off and I put my own on, the one that you can take it off and hold yourself and all that stuff. Man, it is absolutely great. It's oh, get that hot water going. Ah, ah, absolutely scrumptious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today, how you guys doing with your commitment? How you guys doing? Good. I really want to know how you guys doing with your commitment. Okay, our shower at home feels pretty good, and it feels better than it was before. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Good. Okay, Rebecca said good. Yadi, how you doing with your word, dear? Christopher said he's doing good too, and I'm sure that you are, Chris. I'm around Miss Anya constantly, so I already know. Smooth sailing. Okay, 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 okay. All right, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you already know. Awesome, Renita. I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Obviously, it's a pretty cool thing. I'm very proud of you guys. I'm also extremely happy because today is day 76 of 100. Day 76, guys, of 100. You guys have been riding with me for that. I'm clapping for you guys being here, number one. I'm clapping for you guys staying down with your guy the whole entire time. I'm gonna shut this off because it's getting annoying. Um, I very much appreciate you guys. I very much do. Um, we're also clapping for, because if you don't clap for you, nobody else will. And then the other thing is that you give permission. When you clap for you, you get permission to other people to clap for you too. Okay. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you, Miss Renita. Thank you, Jer Bear. You guys are amazing. Day 76. Boy, I just met with some financial advisors today. Hopefully, we're going to be doing the episode with them before we shut everything out, man. Two pretty, they seem to be pretty cool. But if you guys have any financial questions, they're like wealth management people or whatever. I'm going to be asking them a bunch of questions, hopefully, in your behalf. And hopefully, you guys could be asking some questions as well. But man, I'm telling you, sometimes people just don't show up for stuff. Jessica, can you hear me better now? I kind of told everybody about the conversation that we had. I just want to make sure that you can hear me better now. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, anytime Miss Anya hits me up, she usually calls me during FaceTime with her and Chris, just sitting there, and I usually have to back out of my microphone and talk to her directly using my computer. And I just forgot to change that out. So sorry about that, guys. All right. So today we're going to talk about this is episode 76. living your constitution on your terms. On your terms. Again, we talked about this yesterday. So technically, it's kind of like part two of that. And then we're going to move on from this after today. We won't be talking about this anymore except for explaining what you guys have already done. Okay? All right. So living your constitution or principles on your terms. Okay? So before we get started, my name is Fearless Cummings. I am your coach, philosopher, consigliere, which is kind of like a personal advisor. On our channel, we talk about our dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. While you're here, my job is to kind of give you some tools, techniques, and strategies to help you with your dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. If you are easily offended, you should probably go somewhere else because here we go deep. Don't we, guys? My people will tell you that we get deep, and here we do some coaching, training, a lot of Q&A, or at least I try to do a lot of Q&A or whatever. But yeah, man, we're here to get deep and to kind of transform our lives. So if taking accountability, responsibility, and ownership is where you're at, then man, pull up a chair. Welcome to Ask Fearless. If it's not, there's over 100 million other channels out there that I'm pretty sure that they will not mind you wasting their time. So good luck to you, ma'am. Good luck to you, sir. Let's get it started. Please grab yourself a pen pad or whatever you need to stay focused. I do teach a lot on here. If you want, turn your phone to the side, snap, take some pictures, grab yourself some snacks, drinks, blankets, snuggies, chargers, or reading glasses, which I just got some new ones today. I don't know what it is. So I got bifocals, but they're not as strong as these ones. I like these. These are cool. Not gonna lie to you, I spent $20 for these. I could have went to the Dollar Tree and bought the same ones for like $2. Just saying, or Walmart. People and money, right? People and money. All right, so please understand that everything that we talk about is repetitive. So anything worth learning, teaching, understanding, it's all based on repetition, okay? All right, I am only here to help. So let me do my job. Pretty please. Check on top. And without further ado, I think Jerry Bear already kind of beat you guys to it. Let me get my hell yeah so we can get started. Pretty please, sugar on top. Let me get my hell yeah. My hell yeah. If I was from the South, well, let me get my hell yeah. Who was that? That was Longhorn. What was that dude? Froghorn, Leghorn from Rebecca. Who was that person? Who was that big bird? Was it Froghorn, Leghorn? I'll say. Let me get my hell yeah. Let me get my hell yeah. Is that what his name was? Froghorn, Leghorn? Foghorn, Leghorn. I was calling him Froghorn. That's the right one, though, right? I say. Let me get my hell yeah. Either way, thank you guys. All right, so fog. Right, that's what I said. Okay, there you guys see it too. Foghorn, Leghorn, boom, boom. I know that's what I just said. Fog, because I did say frog at first. Fog. Foghorn. Thank you, Yachty. What that sounded good, you guys. Without further ado, it is the word of the week, sponsored by the word belief. Anything that you have accepted to be true, usually without a shred of evidence. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what your beliefs are made of. Bullshit. I'm just joking. Anyway, so what is our daily dose of duality? So our synonym of belief is view. Today it's viewpoint, a particular way of considering or thinking about something. Okay. And our antonym, which is the opposite of belief, would be rejection, dismissal of an idea, belief, or proposal as invalid. Where have we seen those at? There it is. Thank you guys so much for joining Fearless Cummings again. Before we get started, please click on your seatbelts, put on your helmets, because I'm about to take you through a crash course of bullshit. You guys like that one? I like that. I'm gonna shut it off though. I'm just saying, I don't know, I like that one. It kind of puts you in a different mood. You know, whenever you have that music and shit going in the background, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of like it. I don't know, we might start switching it up a little bit, playing a little bit of subtle music in the background. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? A little bit of subtle music in the background, little subtle music, a little bit of Kenny G. Well, how about we use Carl G? Carl G doesn't exist, so then therefore YouTube won't hit me for copyright infringement. We can make up our own little humming sounds. Hey, FYI, just to let you guys know, don't ever sing a song in front of Jessica, because she'll start singing that same one. And if she starts doing that to you, do what I do and hang up on her. We don't play that shit. If I'm singing a song, I sing that song. You don't sing the song right along with me. Otherwise, it's a duet. There's some songs that are not duets. It's a single mingle. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if you're ever talking to her and you're on the phone with her, hang up. Let her know the boundaries will she will respect our boundaries. Otherwise, she will be met with the dial tone. FYI. She's not here, so it's all good. We can say whatever we want. All right, so anyway, so yeah, let's get this thing started. Okay, so since you guys now have your principles, your constitution, same thing, or whatever, today is, you know what, here's the thing, harmonizing is fine. Harmonizing is fine. She likes to break into song like it is a fucking musical. It is not. When I'm singing my song, I like to sing my song. She will not. She can sing after we're done talking on the phone. She will not sing with me while I am singing my song. When she sings songs, I don't break in and start singing them with her. I let her take the stage. Could you imagine starting to sing songs and then somebody's like, you know what? I want to sing that song too. Grab a fucking mic and then get up on stage, start singing along with you. You're getting pushed off the stage. That's what's going to happen. Okay? If we're on the phone, I'm hanging up on you. We're not playing that bullshit game with you. It will not. Boundaries, people. Boundaries. You understand me? Boundaries. I ain't playing with y'all. Anyway. You know what, y'all? You guys are just egging this shit on. You guys are making it worse for her. I like to sing my song and then she gonna start jumping in and singing it. We're not doing that. Anyways. All right, so here's the thing. When we talked about our principles and our values yesterday, I don't know what you guys wrote, but you guys know what you wrote. So example would be if you say peace, but then you get up every morning and you start doom scrolling. Wow, that's whatever. Hey, what's going on, John? right? But so you say that you want peace, and then you get up and you start doom strolling. Okay, that's kind of indicative of what you're trying to do, right? You should probably give that a break. So the question is that we have to ask ourselves is, what does this principle actually look like in your daily routine, right? So if I say, oh, I feel attacked. Oh, does it? It helps you wake up? Okay, well again though, Jessica, if you didn't write in that you want peace or whatever, then I don't know. You might have to write something else. Or like I said, maybe take a little bit of time away from doing it. And like literally, hey, I have to do the same exact thing. Wow, there you guys go. But anyway, so I would personally rather um man, you guys are dicks. I'm just putting it out there. Throwing it out there. Jessica, you know where I stand on it. You know what's gonna happen. Boundaries, ma'am. Boundaries. Anyway, let's get back. Okay, so but we have to understand what our daily routine is. Okay? In general, we have to understand what it is, right? Because we can't keep saying that we want one thing and we're doing something different. That's being incongruent, right? We've talked about that before. So the reality is, if it is not practiced daily, it's just a really cool idea, but it's not a principle. Okay? It's a great idea, but it's not a principle. See what I'm saying? So we can't sit there and say that these are my values, this is my constitution, my principles, whatever we want to call it, but then we don't live by that shit. You shouldn't even have them at that point or create something else. Okay? But also, like I said, sometimes what you're doing is you're writing out the type of person that you want to be. You're not going to start off being that person. Okay? So it's okay, Jessica, to doom scroll when you wake up. But like I said, maybe we should limit it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you can still watch other stuff that's not so consumed with negativity. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You love watching things on carpentry and feng shui and all that stuff. So there's nothing wrong with just watching videos on that. But like me, just like you, I every so often I like to watch that fuck shit too. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Just not all the time. Okay, moderation. That's all we're saying. Moderation. Are you guys okay with that? Can we be okay with that? And then we say what to do is identify one daily action that reflects whatever your principle is, and then schedule it. So if you know that, man, as soon as I wake up, which is really not good in general to wake up and watch that bullshit. Just saying, it's kind of not, because whatever you wake up in and whatever your mind goes to first, that's what your mind gonna stay on for a minute. You see what I'm saying? Like your mind is gonna stay there. So why not wake up, set the day, and then remember what we talked about before, thermostat versus thermometer. Like set the thermostat to what you want it to be. But as soon as you wake up and that's the first thing you look at, that's what you're setting. That's what you're setting. You set it. Okay? You guys understand that? Yes, no, maybe. Fearless, I got a question for you. Or can we continue? Christopher said, "Thank you, Miss Anya." She said, "If you keep singing, I will keep laughing." I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but thank you. And Christopher said, "True." So can we move on? Are we good? Or are you guys still kind of writing your stuff out? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Miss Anya said we can go. We'll say the rest of you. Can we move forward? Okay. Miss Rebecca said we're good. Yachty, how you feeling, dear? All right, we got 3 yeses. We can move on. Jerry said go. That God damn it. All right, so number 2, what could break it? So example is you promise yourself no more people pleasing, and then you say yes to people out of guilt. You say yes to people out of guilt. I was just talking to somebody that's in here right now about this. I was just talking to somebody about this because somebody allows somebody else to consistently, habitually run all over their boundaries. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I'm just saying, just had a conversation with somebody about this. Okay, so question is, what situation or excuses could make you betray this principle? Okay, so if you have an example or you have a value of putting yourself first before saying yes to you before you say yes to someone else, for instance, but you still keep saying yes to other people, shitting all over your beliefs, your values, your principles, right? What situations or excuses could make you betray that principle? You should, and these are those things that you have to know. Okay. These are some of the things that you have to know. So the reality is that we rarely abandon our principles on purpose because we don't, right? You don't think about it. It's like, you know what? I'm just not going to do this, right? We justify our way out. We make alibis for ourselves. We justify it. We make excuses, right? So real fast, I want you guys to each one of you just give me one excuse. Write down one excuse, type it in, then create a refusal script. But right now, we don't even need a refusal script right now. I just want you to tell me what excuse would you use or would somebody else use? Just write down one. As a matter of fact, I'll get it out. I'll even get it started for you. I will even get it started for you. Here, matter of fact, I'll show you this one. Okay. So I wrote up a bunch of different excuses that people use for why they're not going to start doing anything. Or if they write down what their dreams, goals, aspirations are, they write down their values, they write down their principles. This is some of the shit that people use, or this is what people will say that will prevent them from moving forward. Okay. So you could take one of these. I don't care what it is, just write it down. All right. I'm gonna wait for the right moment. I need to do research first. I'm just not ready yet. I need a better plan before I act. It's not a good time with everything going on. I mean, shit, you know what I mean? People I knew that was smoking cigarettes, like, man, I'm just going through a lot of stress right now. This is the time to quit. You don't want to quit when everything's great. You want to quit when everything's fucked up. Because if you can quit, there's two times to stop smoking. When everything is extremely boring or when everything is crashing around you. It's usually one extreme or another in why you should stop smoking or when you should quit. Because usually, if you can quit during one of those times, you're going to be able to quit through all the other times too. There is not a day that goes by I think about a cigarette. Well, I mean, I do now because we're talking about this. But I don't think about cigarettes. I don't think about smoking ever. Except like when my kid gets home, because then my kid's mom and I think her boyfriend still smokes. I'm not sure. Either way, he smells like cigarettes when he comes home. So I smell that shit constant. I'm like, bro, first things first, go shower. Because that shit stinks. And he's 12, so he has that body odor that goes along with it, and this shit's horrible. Ugh. Okay. So give me some excuses that somebody would use. I even have this one over here where I don't want to face an excuse. This is the emotional escape routes. It's not it's not big. It's not that big of a deal. It'll work itself out. That's just in the past. I've already dealt with this. That's just how life is. If I ignore it, maybe it'll go away. I don't want to feel that pain again. I'm saying all these because I act this happened to me. Everything I wrote up here is shit that I wrote because it's stuff that I've said. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff that I've said. Bringing it up will only make it worse. Why are we still talking about this shit? It's too late to change anything. Do any of these sound familiar, y'all? I think Chris said yes. Does any of these sound familiar? Is this one of those excuses that you would use? I mean, like I said, man, this is one of those things that we if we write it down and we know what it is, we have to understand why we would forsake it, why we would stop using it, why we would just ditch that shit. Even Miss Anya said yes. See what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you guys wouldn't use these excuses. I know that I did. So when I wrote up my principles for myself, like I had to know why I would stop using it, why I would turn my back on them. Because most people do. Whether I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like I said, it's not that they're doing that shit on purpose. They're not. It's just that sometimes you get caught off guard and you may even forget about them. But later on you're gonna remember. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna remember that next time. Man, I'm gonna remember that next time. What do you guys think about that? Let me go back in here. You guys have any excuses for me? Or like y'all like, no, I'm good. Anybody? Like nobody? Or you guys like, nope, I'm cool. Okay, Miss Anya said, yep. Okay. Okay, is everybody good? Yes, no, maybe. Is this thing done?